All right. So I'm pre-recording this because I want to use it as like proof of an opinion. And it's really just a discussion kind of joint. This is not I want to say like so Glorilla dropped her two songs this weekend. And it's kind of the discussion is that it doesn't have some significant momentum, right? And I'm not putting this out right now because I be beefing all the time about like Bobs and like Tory fans and shit like that being annoying. So I don't want to make it a point to engage in that very intentional like trying to throw people off of their interest, right? So I'm not putting this out before Friday on purpose because I want whatever her potential outcomes are, like I want her to be able to access them and get to it fully and totally. Like cuz I don't want to disrupt anybody's, projected first week or anything like that. So I'm not going to plant no bad seeds. But I do want to have a conversation about this, right? So first things first, y'all know like I've said it already. Like I'm a little bit disappointed in Glow, kind of turned off for Glow. And something that came up because I was watching. Shout out Jay Nolan, right? He was talking about her and going through the song and doing a review, and he specifically said he recalled one of the bars that she said, right? And she was like, she said something like, "I'm gonna stomp a bitch out, like take that." And when she first said it, I'm like, "What the fuck is that?" He going over and bro rap for real. So he's gonna catch all the entendres and everything else. So going back to like rap is this art form because rappers really do be having layers in their shit, right? So he was like, I know she not making a Diddy reference about DV. And I'm like, I know you ain't play around in the pick me of and so going back to a conversation that we had before about her evaluating her brand, and I really do believe that she's super focused on being the apple of certain sorts of dudes' eye, and I just don't know, right? So first things first, like we watching the unpacking of all this stuff. I'm actually going to show y'all two examples in here, right? So this is Hollywood Unlocked for the two songs that came out, Ice Spice and Glow, and we're now seeing you like they're very close in likes, and I'm paying attention to this because I want to see if it actually does translate. And I think that Globe might be putting herself in a position where she's setting herself backwards because she's not focusing on getting to know herself and her craft, but more of this social media thing that's kind of throwing stuff off. What I'm getting from her right now, specifically with these two songs, they give me a little bit of Murder Inc., Ashanti and Ja Rule in the early 2000s when they was dropping their music, right? Like when they first came out with the baby song and the happy song and whatnot. When you look back at them songs, like we enjoyed them, of course, but they all had the same exact formulation, right? And so I feel like she kind of went into this space, right? So she hit that cha 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 joint, which was really bad. Um, then she hit the Year Glow, which most folks really liked, and that was her solo joint. I know that at some point in that phase, probably before, as a matter of fact, before that, there was Tomorrow too. But I would be lying if I said I believed or didn't believe that Cardi like really carried that song. So I'm not gonna put that in the bag because Glow's style was very much what it was in this transition, but Cardi elevated that song in a way that made it very like palatable, if you will, right? Riding with my twin in them, and we all look good as fuck, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? So we got the Year Glow moment. And then we go from Year Glow to, I want to say Wannabe. This is not, a perfect measure, so don't judge me. We get into Wannabe. And it goes from Year Glow to like Wannabe. And it's like, okay, that's cool. And then it goes from Wannabe to like TGIF, right? And it goes from TGIF to Hold On. And then goes from Hold On to I Love Her, What You Know About Me, right? Like, so then you get the typer. And so what happened is that I think that she elevated to the point in which she found her pocket and she's kind of staying there, right? So I want to acknowledge that I don't think that the songs are bad songs at all. Like I really genuinely don't. I just think that they literally sound identical. Like it's clearly like a certain sort of starter pack, right? Like um Hold On, TGIF, and March. For me, it's the same song, personally. Um I Love Her, Typer, same song. And I want to make the case that Special kind of got like a little bit of a touch of the two mixed together because it's her kind of solo thing. And I want to talk about the solo notion too. There is a reality, and again, this is my perspective. Glorilla's sound, she gives me a bit of ear fatigue, if you will. Like she got a sound that is like, okay, I gotta turn this off. Like I'm like I can't do this. So we gotta go on to the next joke. Sorry. I think that she's missing the opportunity to create variability that makes her taste refreshing in the music production, right? So another example so that it don't land like I'm just throwing jabs because I don't want that to resonate like as just punching down. But for instance, like when we think about the Dreamgirls movie, right? What was the difference between Effie and Dina, Jennifer Hudson and Beyonce? The difference is that the scale in which Beyonce tones, right? Like she has variability like across a lot of different spaces, so you can insert her sound into a lot of spaces, and it fits. It blends with the music, as opposed to Jennifer Hudson, and even in their actual careers, right? Like as opposed to Effie or Jennifer Hudson, when you listen to them, the sound of them like they dead ass two people, the sound of her is so distinct that even when she tones down, she has this bravado that is distinct, and it becomes like a difficult or a special instrument. Let me not call it difficult, a special instrument that you got to learn to work with. And I think that that's what Glow is not optimizing right now, that she's not taking the time to learn that thing so that she can have that variability that doesn't require a feature artist, because a lot of her feature work does really well because again you get that palette cleanse in the song that gives you like that reset that you kind of need to pause on listening to her. That's my personal take. So again, I just wanted to save this because I don't want to be disruptive in regards to numbers, and I'll insert a little edit to see what's going on. I did peep it might not be getting too much excitement because I did peep that she's like, I'll probably stick it here. She's releasing like a music video now for Special. And I think it's to create some traction around it because it's probably not doing what it's supposed to do. But I think it's also because of that. It sounds like all the other stuff. And I think that where Murder Inc. was able to do it for a much longer time, like they was able to pump out like 3 albums with that formula pack. I think that social media does something where it exacerbates and actually makes like people's time lapse move a lot faster because of how much accessibility and how quickly it could get worn out. So that's just my thoughts. And also, this is my conspiracy. This is fully hypervigilance, and you'll probably think I'm crazy, so don't judge me too harshly. I also think that she dropped it because like Megan was getting too much attention. Sorry, I'm putting it out there. I felt like Meg was having that whole moment with like Thanksgiving, and she was like, "Oh, I'm gonna snatch the wave." I could be wrong. I could be wrong. But y'all tell me what y'all think. I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you later.